Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show. Well, the pandemic has obviously hurt a lot of businesses, but it's helped others. And one of those industries helped by the pandemic is the remodeling business. Joining me to talk about that, Michael E. Bradley from Collin Bryan Construction. Thank you for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for the invitation, Jeff. I appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Well, you and I were talking off the air about the idea that everybody kind of hunkering down at home, they're looking at that wall, they're looking at that ceiling, they're looking at that bathroom, and they're saying, when are we going to change this thing?
Or the backyard, and so we do design, dig the hole, and make pools from scratch. So we've got an outdoor living division to where that's one of the one divisions that we do have. So a lot of people are. I mean, we're fully booked. We're about 3 to 4 months out right now, just on pools.
No kidding.
Along with the kitchen and bath remodels, it's just. A lot of people, like you said, are sitting around and they're looking at their house or their backyard, and it's going great for us. And it's great that we have the diversity to tackle other things other than the roofing and exterior programs.
Absolutely. We've got a little bit of video that we'd like to show from some of your work. It's just absolutely exquisite. You guys are artists, aren't you?
Yes, definitely we are. Like I said, we have several other divisions within the company of Collin Bryan Construction, and that includes the solar panels, the HVAC, commercial and residential install, our roofing and exteriors, which is commercial and residential as well, and along with the kitchen and bath and the Collin Bryan pool building as well. And also I am a former United States Marine.
Thank you for your service.
And you're very welcome. And we are licensed building contractors for the Veterans Administration. And our license number is 07857. So what the VA does is they give grant money to these veterans that are severely disabled, that have been worn or are missing limbs, blind or severely burned or things like that.
Yes.
And they give them grant money up to $90,364 for the year of 2020 for us to remodel their bathrooms or kitchens, anything in their interior, to make it more handicap accessible so that they can live more independently.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Let's talk about your roofing business, because we've got some video of some of your rooftops. Just absolutely breathtaking, the work you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a new roof put on our house, and I can tell you it's kind of night and day when you
Right.
when you get a new roof.
Absolutely.
So let's look at a roof like this. What are we looking at?
Well, you're looking at a composite shingle right there that's trying to look like cedar shake, but cedar shake shingles that they used to put on the 60s and 70s and early 80s or wood, and they're just kindling is what it is for a fire.
Yes, of course.
And they just go up quick. So and a lot of people, what they've done, and I'm working on 2 right now in Dallas, that they overlay the cedar shake shingles with 30-year laminated shingles. So there's 2 roofs right there, and you cannot go more than 2 layers of roofing. So everything's got to be ripped off. New decking has to be applied, and then a new 30-year laminated or better has to be applied to that new decking.
Well, let's talk about the backyard because it can be the most favorite room of the house,
That's
so to
true.
speak.
That's true.
And we got some video of you now have this computer animation, which allows
Correct.
you to really help your client understand what they're about to experience.
Sure. What we do originally when we go out to a pool appointment is we take our measurements. We have to be so far from the alley, so far back from any power lines or anything like that. Then we'll take the dimensions and then we'll actually design the pool for the client and work with them on the design. And once we get that design down, everything unpacked, so then we call in our excavation equipment, start digging the hole, start staking off, everything where the steps need to be and everything. And we actually use the Gunite concrete and spray it on there. So we don't have fiberglass inserts that we put in or vinyl on the side or anything like that.
I'm really impressed with the computer animation. Is this something that's fairly recent that construction companies are doing?
Yes, well, technology will only allow you to do as much as you can, and when it comes out, but you've got to have skilled people in order to do stuff like this.
Right.
And so we've got a fantastic crew, and we've got a couple of ladies that do all the designing and computer work and everything, and so we all work in unison together. We, some got the measurements and everything and turn them in and work with them. Then the salesman will work with the client on the design and everything, get everything perfect before we start digging. So it's like measure twice, cut once.
Yes, that's beautiful. Tell us more about the company itself. You've been with them for a year.
Yes.
How old is the company?
The company is owned by Brian Johnson, and it's actually Collin Bryan is the name of his oldest son.
Oh, cool.
And so Collin Bryan, and he actually has 14 children.
No
14
kidding.
children.
That's
all right?
amazing.
And so Collin Bryan was started back in 2005 and has been around ever since.
That's awesome. And how many locations do you have?
We have one here located in Addison on Sunbelt Drive. We have another branch in Tyler, Texas, and then our commercial branch is down in Houston.
Is this a good time to do this? I mean,
Oh,
if you-
absolutely. It's never a bad time. Summertime, wintertime, it really doesn't matter. Wintertime is better for the remodeling side because of the storms and everything that happen in the spring and summer and sometimes fall. Just all depends on Mother Nature, really.
Yes.
But this year we've kind of gotten spared from the storms. The really last major storm we had was October 20th of 2019.
Yes.
When all these tornadoes rolled through Dallas. But and we're still working on items from that.
I bet.
Yes.
Yeah, that did a lot of damage.
Oh, a lot of damage. But it's construction companies. It's supply and demand. So unfortunately, those storms do happen. But we jump into action to make sure your family is safe and sound and dry as well. So we do emergency tarping. And we are on call 24 hours a day, especially during the storm season. So we will get somebody out there as quickly
we're
as
going to go
possible.
ahead and we're going to put your website up, collinbryan.com.
Yes.
Right there on the screen, and go ahead and get a hold of Michael E. Bradley, and he can take care of all your needs. And once again, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff.
Okay.
I appreciate it, sir.
That's it. Thanks for now. We'll see you next time.
Something we should